Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. A very, very frenetic new day. It is 7:53 a.m. Oh my gosh, 7 minutes to 8. Normally, I'm uploading my video at this time. I'm just now starting to record. It is Monday, the 8th of October, and here is a little saber slash cream of the hamster band, cookies and cream. I put I put Cookie away, little Dr. Snurf, and now just here with her pearlescent, because she has pearlescent fur. It looks very pearl. It has very pearl-like qualities to it, and it is also iridescent because her sheen changes when you run your fingers along it. She has very cool fur, but she wants to go down. She wants to go back to bed, so I'm going to put her back in her cage. Here we go, little one. Thank you very, very much. Over in the corner, the cat likes to jump out of the window onto one of the hamster cages. So I have to have the lid put just right with another thing on top of it as a baffle. Otherwise, when the cat goes thump, it goes thump, thump, and then falls into the cage. Because they're airtight otherwise, and I don't want them to suffocate. Yeah, suffocate. So the other day, before I figured out with the different situation, because I've got a lid on Charvie's cage now, several times the cat has fallen out of the window onto Charvie's cage, but with a lid on there now, she doesn't go into it, and he has not had any problem with fleas since I got the fleas off of him and changed his bedding. He hasn't made any noises. He's been good. He's not good. I got to figure out how to help him with his fur still, and his cracked and drying skin. Oh, he looks so... It must hurt now.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like...
He's such a poor little guy, and I don't know how to help him. But she had jumped down out of the window onto the cage lid, and it had gone thunk. And I have some stuff that I keep on top of sometimes, the cage lids, and that had fallen in. I don't know how long it had fallen in before I noticed it, because I looked over and there she was, little saber slash cookie cream, sitting on some of the stuff on top of the lid, trying to scrabble and get out. So I picked her up, and oh, she was freaked out badly because of the falling in lid. I don't blame her. She just peed all over herself and everything as I grabbed her. And I mean, I rescued her, I fixed her caged up, and she was fine, but she was just terrified, and I don't blame her. She must have just been sitting there sleeping, and then suddenly, thud, the world falls in on her. So yeah, she was pretty freaked out. But I fixed up her cage, fixed up the situation. That doesn't happen anymore. The cat still goes thump out of the sky onto the ceiling. That you can't help, but life is life. So at least the lid doesn't fall in anymore. And Charvie's, I'm gonna be Googling pretty hard today to try and figure out what to do. So it'll be a good thing that way. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. There was a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about. It's been not major, well, except one of them was. In fact, I think I just remembered it. Yeah, because I found there's a channel I watch called Today I Found Out, where it has quite fascinating information. And the guy that does the talking, the primary guy, and there used to be other minor hosts, but now I only see him anymore, so I don't know. But he's a interesting fellow to listen to, and so I watch that, and I find out fascinating things. There's another channel that they have called Top Tens, and it's a top 10 list. So it's another listicle format that he does. Joy. I mean, it's easy content to make a list, but it was top 10 ways that our world is close to technological collapse, and it is absolutely terrifying because it is so completely true. We are running out quite rapidly out of the materials to make smartphones, all of the metals to make smartphones, and when they're out, they're gone. We can't make smartphones anymore. And it's not just smartphones that use smartphone metals. All sorts of things might use metals that the smartphones use. And we are literally running out. We already ran out of one of the materials to make the touchscreens from. That's why touchscreens had to change. We are running out, and we have no replacements for them. That's like trying to say, okay, we're out of metal, we can't make wire anymore. And then somebody else is saying, well, use something else. You can't. You need metal to make wire. And if you're out of metal, you can't make wire. There is nothing else to make wire out of. And that's this situation. These metals are going away. And when they're gone, they're gone. And when they're gone, you can't make smartphones. And when you can't make smartphones, you can't make a lot of the other tech that's required for our society to run. And the problem with that, of course, is a lot of the knowledge necessary to run our technological world is being placed onto formats that you need current technology to read. So if our current level of tech ever falls, we can't read the instruction manuals to rebuild, because you need the tech to read the manual, but you need the manual to make the tech. So if an EMP pulse ever went off and we lost the access to our knowledge, that's it. That is it. It's gone. It's not even on books. It is literally gone. And then how do we rebuild? Especially since, and this is the scarier part, so much technology, so much of what we use for technology, so much of our knowledge right now is dependent on all these other knowledges. And if we lose these other knowledges, we can't make the stuff up here. We're losing this stuff down here. And that's bad, because when that's gone, it collapses and we can't rebuild it. Because in a lot of cases, to make this tech here, you need this piece of technology. But this piece of technology can't run because it needs the part that this piece of technology makes. Same with this thing over here, and this part over here, and this thing over here. This thing over here needs this thing over here that this part makes. But this can't run without this, but this is broken. Oh, now we can't make the parts to fix that. We are very close to a very bad collapse. We're seeing the efforts, some of that right now. Like in the financial department, the major finance stuff that runs the economy of the entire world, most of it is decades old and written in languages that we don't program in anymore, and so nobody's been studying. Fortran, COBOL. Nobody programs in Fortran and COBOL anymore. All the software that runs the world's banks is all written in Fortran and COBOL. It's decades old. Very out of date. And if anything ever goes majorly wrong with it, we don't have anyone to fix it. Because of the interlock technology, if something ever did happen, it is quite likely that we would fall to the level of technology of bicycle, because we can make bicycles. We know how to make bicycles. Making bicycles isn't hard. We can make that even with just blacksmithing. They wouldn't be a good bicycle that way, but we know how to make bicycles. But we may never be able to go further, especially since all the metals that you need to make a base, they're gone. We've used up all the easy to get to stuff. That's why we're strip mining. We're removing entire mountain ranges to get to metals because they're getting harder to find and get to. And all it would take for the United States alone, and for the we're not unusual in this one, if one electromagnetic pulse went off over the United States, big enough to take out the grid, the power grid, which would take out the information grid, if it knocked us down, if it took out all those things. The United States government itself has studied these things and determined that within 12 months, 90% of the population would be dead. not because of bombs or gunfire, but because the infrastructure needed to run society doesn't run anymore. Do you know how to make food? Do you know how to grow food? Or do you go down to the store and grab food? They have trucks coming in daily that bring in food to stores. How long is any food going to last, canned or fresh, when the trucks don't run? What are you going to do? What are you going to eat? I can't farm. If there's an EMP pulse that takes out the grid around the world, figure a good 90% of the world's population will be gone within a year. Just because the infrastructure necessary to keep us all alive would be gone. Oh boy. So it's terrifying how close we are to collapse. And it is, in many ways, closer than we think. I mean, with the changing global climate and the rising waters and things changing faster than anyone ever expected, and as we continue to loosen regulations and pump junk into the air so it's happening even faster, we have refugees. But because of all these dwindling resources, borders are closing and cultures are getting meaner. Take a look in Brazil. I don't know if Bolsonaro got elected, but he has said that migrants, people, immigrants coming into the country are insects, a blight. And his only thoughts about the brutal military dictatorship that was deposed in 1985 is they didn't go far enough. They should have killed another 30,000 people at a minimum. That would have been a good start. So when you got world leaders that are saying, yeah, you know, 30,000 dead is just a good beginning, and the people that were killing should have done that. And you've got like Duarte in the Philippines, who is... don't even get me started with that guy and his disregard for human life. And now the United States. I mean, the United States is functioning as intended. The old white male slave owners that put the system in place, well, the old white male people in charge are still in charge and still doing what they want to get done. The system works as intended. And I think that's one of the reasons I've been so depressed the past couple of days. Pardon me, I talked about this before, my, what's it called, pop screen keeps falling. It's got a terrible gooseneck on it, and so every time I turn around it's fallen, so that it's not protecting the microphone, it'll be protecting the keyboard from the plosives of my voice. It's like, no, protect the mic, please. That's why I bought you. I need to get a better pop shield. Maybe I'll put one on the Amazon wish list. Which I have an Amazon wish list if you wanted to support me in some fashion without sending me actual money, because I can't really afford to buy things right now. Hopefully someday. But if you wanted to, there's all sorts of stuff on my Amazon wish list that's, no matter where you are on the financial spectrum, if you're dirt poor like I am, there's like cat food and hamster food. And if you're idly rich with money to burn, I've got like a PS4 VR set. So no matter where you are on the spectrum, there's something for everybody. So now, don't feel obligated. I don't feel entitled. I'm just saying it would be nice, but you don't have to. Please don't feel obligated. I can't remember what started that rant. Semi-rant to bring up. Ugh. My lungs have been clearing up. Unfortunately, with my shoulder and the way it's built, I've had aches and pains and bad just knots that have felt like daggers in my back on this side. I have a dull pain now on this side that it's like, well, you know, my mother died of lung cancer. I wonder if that runs in the family. Is that dull pain in my lung a lung cancer thing? Or is it just another one of these bloody, interminable, never-ending knots that I always have on that side? Sometimes so bad I have had to take out like a tennis ball, put it up on the wall, and smash them out because it's just been killing me. It's intolerable. Who knows? I sure don't. Oh, hokey smokes. I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me comments. It is a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, I've still got fibro, depression, and worse. I forget things at the drop of a hat. Sometimes just the thought of dropping a hat. And I am not reading the comments right now. I'm going to go through and thank everybody. Well, read every comment. Read as many as I can. Thumbs up each one I read. Answer as many as I can. But for right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. Thank you for having left a comment. And if I mispronounce your username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're not really good at pronouncing things. Especially now. If you don't have a name like Smith or Jones, Lord help you. Alex Arsov, thank you very, very much. And Brian Glenn, greatly appreciated. Lazarus Gossett, thumbs up and thank you. Cam, thumbs up. And Stan, Talent Stan, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kitscat, thumbs up and thank you. Colin Reisenauer, greatly appreciated. Pandora NYC1, thank you very, very much. Nadson Abinadabe, I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. And Kaz's Remixes, greatly appreciated. Shaw Plays, thank you very, very much. And Thomas S, thumbs up and thank you. Captain Wiggles, I like the name, thank you. Greatly appreciated. Jack Tinver, thumbs up. And Trash Tuber, greatly appreciated. Speaking my mind, always do that, thank you. Kepi, that's hard to say and I don't know why. It's not that difficult. Thank you very, very much. And Wyatt Love, greatly appreciated. Kyle Pop, oh my upper lip itches so bad. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Boy, that was rough. Thank you very, very much. And Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Drew M, thank you very, very much. Nathan Rasmussen, greatly appreciated. E. Benjamin Roy, thumbs up. Thog G. Pardon me, Thog G, you made me laugh just as I was dying of something. Greatly appreciated. And last but not least, RD Catch 2201. Thank you very, very much, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head into the real world, dealing with actual people. It's a very good thing. I over-intellectualize. I live inside of my head, so getting out of that so I can stop doing that is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with living in your head. It's when you over-intellectualize and over-analyze and get stuck in loops inside your head. That's bad. Thank you very, very much. Oh, shucks. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I'm always right on the edge of financial disaster and I don't want to become homeless. If you can help me, that would be very, very cool. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. If you could subscribe to the channel, that too would be cool. I would greatly appreciate it. I would understand if you don't want to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. And that is a good thing. Now, remember when I said last time, you never know when or where this is going to happen, because I forgot about it until now. Be happy. And life is what we make it. Always has been, always will be. Very true. Pop that in with perception is everything, and by golly, life is what you make it. And that's a good thing too, because if you can make it, then you're really doing good. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, I'm going to hopefully have a reaction video, hopefully a game video for the game channel. Maybe if I can stay awake, I'll live stream. Ha! But thank you very, very much for coming along with me. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. I'm way over my time, but you know what? That's life.